welcome to Frank's School. I'm still working on the noise of the camera. You probably don't have any noise, but this flip that I'm using now, you may have to turn the volume up. We'll see. This is the fourth day of the fourth year, first video of Frank's School. Welcome to Frank's School. After I'm done here, I'd like you to look at the third out of 8 videos posted by Megabest of the Pirates of Penzance. Now, in what you saw yesterday, Frederick has caught a glimpse of a bare leg. Can you imagine? He actually saw the woman's calf. Well, many jokes have been made about that, the way the Victorians were. Those women are in beach attire. That's the way women went to the beach. They didn't wear bathing suits and they didn't swim. Basically they covered themselves completely, just their face. I mean, not as bad as a veil. Not in like that culture, but in a way, the last thing they wanted was sunlight on their skin, or for a man to see their ankle. As I say, lots of jokes about that. Well, anyway, Frederick, interferes because he's a decent guy. Then he's going to sing this aria. Now, the aria may strike you as a little bit slow. I am always thinking and always watching. I was always watching when I was teaching in public school. Could you catch the kids? And you might not be able to catch them through that or keep them. I don't know. I mean, it is spoofing. There's an allusion to Elvis Presley at the end of it. I mean, this is purposefully silly. When I realized about these comic operas that they were purposefully silly, then I began to get control of it. And I can tell you that at first I did not like them. I did not like Gilbert Sullivan's work. I'm still not crazy about it, but I like this one. I like this one, and I had to get over the idea that it was okay to be so silly. Well, anyway, then Linda Ronstadt, before you see her, you hear that amazing soprano voice. At that point, I should think that a class of students would perk up and you maybe get their attention. She's going to be singing the solo or the aria, Poor Wandering One, which is probably the single most famous tune to come out of the Pirates of Penzance. Now, they're spoofing opera. Opera, a lot of Italian opera and grand opera, most of it, it's just dazzling what the voices are required to do. I think of Eva Lint and her amazing voice. I've spoken about her before. But anyway, in spite of the fact that they're spoofing, they're coming up with a beautiful music and extremely difficult to sing and fun. I mean, note the duet that she sings with the flute in the background. It's fun. I would think by that time there's not going to be a problem with having the students' attention. Now, sadly, Linda Ronstadt's health went way downhill. I'm not so sure I could have looked it up. I'm not so sure her condition at the moment, but there she was young and in perfect. Her voice was in perfect shape. It was wonderful. Then the Major General shows up, and this is something to listen for. Is Kevin Klein says it's the same as the Pirate King tune. I don't know if that's written in a book, but anyway, little things like that, if you can catch them. His song, and what he's singing is, and so in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern major general. And you could write that on the board and let students see whether or not they could say it fast. And so in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern major general. I've diagrammed that sentence before because it was a sort of a fun and famous sentence when I was teaching diagramming. And of course he sings it extremely fast. I can't imagine that a group of students wouldn't give it their attention on this. at the end of it, he sings sat a G, to rhyme with strategy. Sat a G. Well, that meant rode a horse, and he shouts that out at the end of the song. That wasn't in the book at the time of in the Victorian era. I guess they would have known what it meant to sit a G. But anyway, it's a case of where the slang of the day has gone, and so they chose to put it in there. Now, I guess one other thing to tell you, I think of that expression, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Well, that may be the case with this with a classroom of students. I mean, you can put it before them, and hopefully they will give it a chance and be swept up by it, hopefully. But, if they choose to not give this a chance, well, then they won't enjoy it. But I rather am hoping. I've never actually used this whole thing in my teaching career. I used the Major General song. I think that's the only part of this I ever used, and the students like that. All right, well, go on to watch the next part. I hope you enjoy it, and see you tomorrow.